Now I get to begin with a section on the Mac. And I'm really happy to do that because the Mac products are the best they've ever been at Apple. We make incredible products, and increasingly, the majority of our customers, when they buy a new Mac, they choose one of our notebooks. We make these amazing new notebooks. And we're in love with the way they've come out lately with this new design we've come up with. It actually started a year and a half ago with the MacBook Air, where we created a technology we call the Precision Aluminum Unibody Enclosure. Unibody for short. And it lets us create a notebook that's sturdier, made of amazingly beautiful materials, packed with features, and best of all, insanely thin and light. We like this design so much that we took it across other products, the 13-inch MacBook, the 15-inch MacBook Pro, the 17-inch MacBook Pro just earlier this year. And all have done extremely well, and customers couldn't be happier with them. And even though we have a huge lead over anyone else in the notebook business, making incredible, gorgeous designs, we don't want to stop. We want to continue to extend that lead. So I'm really happy to show you first today a brand new version of the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Now, it's built on this unibody architecture that allows us to pack more things into a thin design than anyone else does. So built in is a revolutionary lithium polymer battery. We started this earlier in the year with the 17-inch MacBook Pro. This battery gives an amazing up to 7 hours of battery life. That's 2 hours longer than before, 40% greater battery life. And we do it in a more environmentally friendly way. The majority of notebook batteries in the market today get about 300 full recharge cycles before they start to have diminished ability to retain a charge. These new lithium polymer batteries of ours are over 3 times longer, over 1,000 recharge cycles. Yeah. So that means a typical notebook user will get about 5 years of life before they see diminished charge in that notebook battery. That's incredible because that's longer than a typical notebook life. So most customers may never need to change the battery in their notebook because it will last that long. And when they do, we have a great recycling program in our stores if they want to take advantage of it. Unlike our competitors, who in that same time, often the customers will go through 3 batteries, not dispose of them properly, and it's just not good in the environment. So you get this incredible battery life, this long life battery, all in a design that's just as thin, just as light. And that's amazing to deliver. When you open it up, the new 15-inch MacBook Pro has a gorgeous display. In fact, it's the nicest display we've ever put in a notebook. It has 60% greater color gamut, which means more vivid colors on the display. It's still insanely thin. And as you go around the I/O side, you see there's all the I/O on the left-hand side. If you zoom in, you see something different this time. In place of the express card slot, which was used by less than a single-digit percentage of our customers, there's a new SD card slot. Well, why an SD card slot? Well, most all our MacBook Pro customers have digital cameras today. Incredible digital cameras like this Canon DSLR. And of course, you can plug it in with a USB cable, but customers really like the convenience of popping out the SD, and they've all standardized on SD now because of the speed and capacity they hold. And now you have the convenience of just popping it right in to the MacBook Pro and importing your photos right into iPhoto and Aperture and Photoshop, wherever you are. So you have a built-in SD card slot, but there's a lot more to this new 15-inch MacBook Pro. It is the fastest notebook we've ever made. You can configure it with up to a 3.06 gigahertz Intel dual-core processor with 6 megs of L2 cache. And that's the fastest processor we've ever put in a notebook. You can also expand it with more memory, up to 8 gigabytes of 1066 DDR3. You can get up to 500 gigabytes, half a terabyte inside this notebook, up to 7,200 RPM, or if the way you like to go is SSD, you can get up to 256 gigs on that. So this is an incredible new 15-inch MacBook Pro. It has all these features and capabilities, and it starts at an even lower price of just $1699. Yeah. Now, That's $300 less expensive than before, and I know a lot of customers are going to appreciate that. You can configure many different, thousands of configurations on our online store. But here are 3 standard channel configurations that you'll find. At $16.99, it starts with a 2.53 gigahertz Core 2 Duo, 4 gigabytes of DDR3 memory, a 250 gigabyte hard drive, the NVIDIA integrated 9400M graphics, and all those features like the built-in battery and the SD card slot. At $19.99, you get a faster processor, 2.66 gigahertz, a bigger hard drive, 320 gigabytes, and now you get both the integrated and the discrete NVIDIA 9600 MGT, so you can choose even faster graphics or longer battery life. And the highest end channel configuration, $22.99, that's $200 less expensive than before. It's now 2.8 gigahertz, a 500 gigabyte hard drive. It's an incredible configuration. So those are the new configurations of the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Now, of course, that joins the 17-inch, which also has that amazing built-in battery. And today, we're updating the configuration of that as well. It's also 2.8 gigahertz. It's also a 500 gigabyte hard drive. It retains express card slot because there are some specific solutions and customers have, for example, some high-end audio products. And that's now $300 less expensive than before. $24.99. And all of these, the new 15-inch MacBook Pros and the updated configuration of the 17, are shipping today.